Assalamualaikum and hi. So in this video, we are going to look at the learning objective 9.1c to derive equation for velocity, and the next video is to derive equation for the acceleration, and in another video to derive an equation for energy. So we are going to start with the equation of displacement is given such as x is equals to a sine omega t plus minus a phi. So this symbol here is called as a phi, P-H-I. Okay, it's a phi here. So this equation is the equation of displacement where the x here represent the displacement from equilibrium position, has a unit of m, or sometimes it is also given in centimeter. The term A here is the amplitude, which is the maximum displacement from equilibrium, maximum displacement. And then next we have sine here is the shape of the graph. Our periodic motion is following a sine graph shape here. And then this whole thing, bracket omega t plus minus phi, is known as the phase. Okay, this whole thing is known as the phase. Whereas omega, we know is the angular frequency, t is the time here, and then phi is known as the phase constant or initial phase angle. However, the whole omega t plus minus phi is known as the phase here. So to get an equation for velocity, alright, we can derive our displacement equation to get our velocity. For an example, v is equals to dx over dt. Okay, since our x here is given as a sine omega t plus minus phi. Alright, so this is the first equation. To get our v, we need to differentiate the equation x here. So to differentiate that, we are going to differentiate a sine omega t plus minus phi with respect to t. So when we differentiate, what is going to happen here is the v here, the velocity here is now equals to, alright, you have to differentiate this whole term with respect to the term t here. So when you want to differentiate, the amplitude here is independent of t, so you just simply rewrite. And then the trigo here, sine, has something to do with the omega t. So you have to differentiate, it becomes cos. Alright, your phase here has term t, so you're going to differentiate this, so you will get omega. You have to bring omega forward. So you get a omega cos omega t plus minus phi. So basically ingat, bila kita nak differentiate, kita ada a sin omega t plus minus phi, betul tak? So bila nak differentiate, ingat a ni jangan kacau, tulis balik. And then phase ni pun jangan kacau, tulis balik, plus minus phi. Lepas tu tengok di hadapan t ni ada apa, term apa. Semua term itu bawa ke depan. So it's an omega, so you write the omega here. And then differentiate sin, dapat cos. Begitu juga if you have an equation of a cos omega t. Contoh, kita punya periodic motion ataupun simple harmonic motion obey shape cos, bukan shape sin. So to differentiate this one, contoh awak kena differentiate ini, sama saja, a jangan kacau, phase dia jangan kacau, plus minus phi. Okay, and then whatever term in front of t ni kita bawa ke depan. Okay, so kita dapat omega. Cos, differentiate dapat negative of sin. Dapat negative of sin. Ini memang max kamu. This is all your mathematics. Okay, so cara differentiate dia, kita ikut the mathematical method here. Okay, next we have got our equation for velocity. So this is the equation for velocity here. Alright. Okay, we can also get another equation for velocity. Another equation for velocity iaitu dengan rearranging equation pertama kita. This is your first equation here. You're going to rearrange that. Your first equation becomes x. Bawa a ke kiri. Dapat sin omega t plus minus phi. Okay. So let's say saya panggil ini equation 2, ini equation 3. Alright. According to the identity, dalam matematik kita ada identity of trigonometry iaitu sin square theta campur dengan cos square theta akan sama dengan 1. Ini adalah identity. Okay, this is an identity. So, kalau saya rearrange, saya akan dapat cos theta sama dengan square root 1 minus sin square theta. Okay, saya rearrange sahaja. Okay, so now I'm going to substitute cos theta ini sebagai cos angle kita. Cos angle kita. Cos angle kita dekat sini adalah omega t plus minus phi. Sama dengan, this is to samakan dengan jenis soalan kita. Okay, dalam soalan kita, kita tak ada theta. Kita ada omega t plus minus phi sebagai phase kita, betul? So, kita ikut kesesuaian soalan. So, I just rearrange to substitute dia. So, let's say this is my equation 4 here. Alright. And then, next, apa yang saya nak buat adalah, saya akan substitute equation 4 and 3 into equation kedua saya. Okay, equation kedua adalah this one here. I'm going to substitute this one and this one into here. Macam mana? Tengok Alright, what is going to happen adalah kita ada equation kedua saya adalah V sama dengan A omega cos omega t plus minus phi. So, cos omega t plus minus phi ini adalah yang ini. Alright, I'm going to substitute sed 1 minus sin square omega t plus minus phi. So, saya dah substitute equation keempat ini masuk ke dalam equation kedua sini. Right, next saya nak substitute equation ketiga ini masuk ke dalam sini, di mana kita ada sin omega t sama dengan x over a. Sin omega t is equals to x over a. So, saya akan samakan dia a omega sed 1 minus, kita ada sin square omega t plus minus phi. So, sin omega t plus minus phi adalah x over a, this one here. So, sekarang saya akan ada x square over a square. So, this is what I have. So, my velocity is also a omega sed 1 minus x over a whole thing square. Okay, kita sambung simplify. I'm going to simplify this. I'm going to bring my a inside sebab dekat dalam pun ada a, dekat luar pun ada a. So, tinggalkan omega dekat luar, saya akan dapat a square minus a square x square over a square. So, I'm going to cancel these two. A square dengan a square ini akan cancel each other. So, I will end up with omega. Kita ada plus minus dekat depan sini sebab your omega here can take positive ataupun negative amplitude dekat sini. So, dia boleh jadi positive, negative dekat sini. In terms of velocity, kita akan ada a square minus x square. So, now, what you have here is you have two equation for velocity. The first one is V is equals to A omega cos omega t plus minus phi, ataupun V is equals to plus minus omega square root A square minus x square. So, kita ada dua equation. Okay, bergantung kepada soalan yang mana kita nak guna. Dua-dua boleh diguna pakai. Bergantung kepada situasi ataupun apa yang diminta dalam soalan. Okay, so you have two equation for velocity. As we go further in 9.2, kita akan tengok bila kita nak guna antara kedua-dua equation ini. Next, in 9.2 kita akan tengok dengan lebih mendalam. The positive negative sign here, this plus minus here, indicates that for each value of x, untuk setiap value of x dekat dalam sini, x boleh jadi positif ataupun negatif. So, kita akan ada dua velocity dekat sini. Macam saya cakap tadi, it depends on the value of your displacement. Kalau displacement kita positif, maka kita akan dapat positive velocity. Kalau displacement kita negatif, kita akan dapat negative velocity. Okay? Dia bergantung kepada direction lah, position kita, sebab displacement boleh move in the positive direction ataupun opposite direction dia.